Hello and welcome, this is Insti and I'm continuing the infectious madness of Doctor Dekker. At least I hope so, because last time when I started to record, everything crashed. Well, the game went with my screen all black and I couldn't alt-tab and nothing, so I had to reset. But anyways, let's hope everything works now. So last episode, well, we had a weird episode. It's been a few days for me, so I can't remember everything, but 11 o'clock, everybody, well, pretty much were doing something, so they're trying to ascertain that they couldn't be the ones who killed our beloved doctor, who was with drinks one of the patients, because of course he did. And I see a pattern emerging here. We have a problem. Everybody can be a probable killer, of course, because the killer is random every time the game starts. Everybody can be a suspect, so that means almost all the parts seems very suspicious, to say the least. So I don't know how we should be trying to uncover who the killer or killers are, because I don't know, maybe there's only one killer, but I'm fairly certain there's only one killer, but I don't know. We'll see. We have made 476 searches. I think this is the next act. And overall process is 39%. Hints used 227. Doctor, your curious nature will see you through. Your patients like you. That's weird. I know. That's really weird. Detective rating registrar. So,
midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda,
I black out,
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just,
naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
Laurie naked on the beach. What?
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did phone
Oh, right, that.
Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since,
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Or maybe those people are not real and they're in my imagination. Who knows? Or there's only one person. I think we have... The arrest report says Claire killed David. I've underlined some things to ask her about. I wonder if Price buried David. What happened with Ben? Ask patients about the paper spike. Too much to do today. Did Dr. Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? I should ask Nathan. Yeah, I tried that. I know he got call, and if I remember correctly, he said he didn't answer. And Marianne definitely said she didn't drink. Then she changed it to, yeah, I'm a social drinker or occasional drinker or whatnot. Let's start with Claire's arrest report. Statement, Christian Weber, police officer 7691. To the best of my knowledge, let's try that again. I do apologize. To the best of my knowledge, this statement is true. I understand I may be prosecuted if I have stated anything that I know to be untrue. At 20:40 hours on Tuesday, 8th November, myself and PC 9725 Holt responded to a call received from neighbor of the powerhouse Western Park Avenue concerning a reported disturbance. We arrived at the address and knocked on the front door, but there was no reply. We then examined the rear of the property and gained entry through insecure patio doors. We entered the property through this door and I announced myself by shouting police, but did not hear any response. We searched the premises. Upon entering the dining room, I saw a female seated next to a man who was lying on the ground. The man did not appear to be conscious. Both persons were drenched in blood, and there was substantial amount of blood on the carpet, walls, and furniture. I noted what appeared to be a steak knife on the floor, which was also covered in blood. At this point, I asked the woman to put her hands on her head, which she did. PC Holt secured a female while I checked the man for a sign of life, but found none. I asked the woman her name, and she identified herself to me as Claire Castleford. I asked if she knew the dead man, and she said he was her husband, David Castleford. I asked what happened, and she said that she had killed him. Following the search by PC Holt, which revealed no other persons present at the house, I said to Castleford at 20:52 hours, "You are under arrest of suspicion of murder." I then cautioned her to... cautioned her and placed her in the back of the police car for transportation to the Western Park police station, where I relayed the circumstances of the arrest to PC 2354 Hill, who authorized her. Can I check down? It almost feels like I can't, because once I press, mouse wheel doesn't do anything. If I press left mouse button, it just doesn't go lower. Huh. Page down, page up, nothing. So either I'm quite clueless, or this is the only thing we need to see. The problem is I checked the man for a sign of life but found none. Or maybe they were so weak that he couldn't find them, and they managed to resuscitate him. Probably not. Crime scene report. Dr. Dekker, the victim was located in his office, seated on a chair behind the desk, soaked in blood with obvious chest wounds. Possible murder weapons: paper spike, desk accessory, 150mm long, protruding from the approximate region of victim's heart. Estimated from liver temperature measurements between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. 14:02:17. Note that the victim's body was reportedly discovered 10:20 p.m. on 14:02:17. Exsanguination due to punctuation of the left anterior descending coronary artery. Death would have occurred within minutes of the stab wound, I guess. Hello.
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again, the one I told you about.
Yes.
She was playing outside.
Maybe that girl is you as a child.
Sorry, I don't know.
Your husband is dead.
I don't know anything about that.
You stabbed your husband.
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore, which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So I fixed him.
Sweet but psycho. Fixed him? How?
It was about a week later. I brought David back to life. Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Right.
That's not relevant here.
Hmm.
I don't know, Doctor.
Hmm.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
So is this a reference Herbert West, the Reanimator, where brought people back to life? Hmm.
David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me.
Well, yeah, this is either, well, actually two stories. H.P. Lovecraft's Herbert West Reanimator, definitely, and also maybe even a dash of Stephen King's Pet Sematary. Hmm.
Think, Doctor, think. Use your brain. Or your notes if you have to.
Sweet but psycho. Let's check the hint.
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
Okay, what can I ask from that? Okay, let's check the...
Try asking me something I might know.
I don't know about that paper. Oh, yeah.
That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
How are you free? Okay.
He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
Gaten?
I don't know what you're after, but I don't know anything about that.
It's I don't...
Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a grave digger, I believe.
Oh, sorry, Bryce. I'm mixing the names now. Pallbearer to David. Yeah, problem is when you haven't played a couple of days, you tend to forget the names.
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead.
Yeah, that...
Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
Well, You can kill him again because why not?
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon.
Hmm?
I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
I do, but how do you know? Well, we asked the paper spike, but how did you know that it was a murder weapon? Let's go with the hints.
I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
Well, unless you produce David here sitting next to you, well, I kinda might help you, but not the way you wanted me to help. Maybe. Yeah.
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder. To lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer. But I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
You killed your husband?
I'm getting tired of all these questions. I'm getting tired of everything.
Please don't stab me.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult. Unless you pay the right people.
Let's go with a no. Obviously, she's a killer, but let's see how she reacts if I say no, you're not a killer.
Thank you, Doctor. So then you'll help me. You'll say I was temporarily insane.
No. That's one thing I'm not gonna do, and besides, I don't know if this, I don't know even if this is admissible in court.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did? I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, let's use the hint system. Please be there. Oh.
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my eligibility. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once, he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl.
The girl?
Sorry.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay. How do we use the question?
He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house. Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem. So I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
Right.
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
I kinda do, yes.
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way. Very well. in our next session.
Okay, I think we're done with Claire. Professor Warwick.
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
Dekker is dead.
Is he really? Actually dead? Not a worthy adversary after all, then?
Yeah, that death usually does to one. It really makes him a not worthy adversary because he's, dead.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
Okay.
Do you really want to know? Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics.
Sorry, what?
As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
Of course it did. Do I need to pump everything out of you?
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
Is it something that in this reality you're dead, but in the next you're not, or something like, I don't know.
Nope. I think you're going to have to Google that.
Okay, what did I type and what do I need to type? No, explain it to me like I'm a 5 years old. Again, sorry about that. It's from the office.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't.
I'm showing you a middle finger now.
Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
So basically, you put your gun next to your temple, pull the trigger. In this reality, you would die, but you picked a reality where the gun jammed or something like that, or you didn't die?
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
Oi, I didn't give you a permission to drink in here. And how they didn't smash your fingers for cheating, I don't know.
Why not gambling? My wife, Vanessa, left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
Well, maybe that's a good reason then. Anyways, steady on. Yeah, there, boy, there, down. Let's go with this.
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while.
But
are you sure that question's for me?
okay, let's see the proper way.
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
Are we talking about quantum science here or something else? Problems in the marriage, you know? Just throwing out there, quantum.
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but It can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox. Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed? I don't know.
Oh, bloody hell.
Well, Monday does seem likely, yes. Because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then Tuesday won't be a surprise. But if you're sure that it's Monday, then that won't be a surprise either, will it? Dekker tricked me. He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working.
But
But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened.
that's perfectly normal.
Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
Are you sure we're talking still about quantum? And besides, yeah, well, if it didn't even work, you were just bloody lucky, mate.
We were married for 14 years, 7 months, and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children, at least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed.
Prescribed
Part of me
medication.
always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be... It wasn't to be, though.
Together forever. Yes. Right. That is a good question.
Well, yes, it bothered me, especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline. But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
Would it? So, are you a new suspect or are you something more?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science, almost as if he'd have preferred chaos. I don't really know what you're getting at.
Okay.
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mindstretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life.
Really?
And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
Okay. Warwick fundraiser. By Jaya. If I ever remember that, can we ask anything else? I might as well go with the hint system.
It's full of poor kids with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it. Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though.
I'm drinking coffee now. I'll be right back, you know. So,
Oh, you're going to have to Google that, Doctor, I'm afraid. I'm not a walking Wikipedia.
what a scientist
I'd love
you
to
are.
tell you, but I am paying you by the hour. Maybe look up Schrödinger's cat whilst you're there.
I think you're a fake doctor, because if you ask something like that from a person who actually enjoys those stuff, you can't really shut him up, you know? I should know. I'm one of those. Anyways.
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant.
Yes.
I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. That smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
You mean down under or something else? Did we already ask everything? Okay, that is disturbing.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor.
Of course not.
I'm a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
I need more money.
But you're not a gambler.
It's true, I've run out of money for my research.
Of course you did. You
An
gambled it.
opportunity has arisen.
And you want to borrow money.
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want a talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
You'll end up dead, mate. Who said you can drink whiskey in here? And besides, if you're drinking whiskey, give some to me too.
Quantum gambling. It's a pet project. It's got nothing to do with work. But if I don't have significant amounts of money to lose, then there won't be enough jeopardy for the experiment to work.
Feet off the couch. Now.
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
I would say that the first pull of trigger and your quantum science isn't saving you.
Well, the Ministry of Defense, of course. Guns aren't going to win the next war. Quantum physics is.
Quantum physics, I mean. Part of me wants to say yes, just to see how it goes. And part of me, the reasonable part, says no, because we don't want to see him splattering his brains all over the wall. But what if he's right? He would get the money. If he's wrong, he would be dead. Makes you think. Ooh. Maybe I go with the reasonable choice now.
No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Stop gambling, you dumbass.
I take your point. But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it? Well, my time is up. Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me. Infectious. Isn't it?
No, but you have an addictive personality, so I can see that. So you definitely... I was tempted to say that. So yeah. How the hell do I type it? Okay, let's go with the just a hint system.
I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling. I emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker?
Was she the sweet but psycho?
Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it.
No.
It's all right. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
But I never asked that. I'll go with the hint system. I know.
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Mariana.
Oh,
he
right.
said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I
No,
need you right where I can see you.
that would be unprofessional, so no, because now I remember who she... I'm mixing Claire and Mariana. Wait, what?
Checks and balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak.
So
Make sure you're helping, not hindering.
who's watching you?
It's in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it.
Okay,
I think that's all settled now.
you think?
We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw.
Well, it's probably cheaper to drag things through the court, so yeah. Wait, what?
He thought he saw a creature coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth. Well, at least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people.
Okay.
I don't know.
Apparently we're not asking about the creature. Was Doctor helping or
He
hindering?
probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things.
So something changed. But what?
I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
Could you say it so I don't have to milk it?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope you deal with it better. I think you'll find there's more.
Okay. Huh.
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway.
Let's ask the Ouija board. I might as well go with the...
No, that's not it.
I'm fairly certain we could ask about it, but I don't know how.
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around.
Competition. Oh, great.
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing.
But you said that.
I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Yes. You know, that could be a motive for murder. Jealousy can be an ugly thing. Oh, no. Is it envious? Well, maybe jealousy, because Was it the jealousy that you are afraid that you lose something, and envious are more that you are envious of somebody having something? She would be envious to maybe Mariana. I don't know. Anyways, but of course you were afraid that you would lose Dr. Dekker, so it would be jealousy then.
Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot of what it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
No, I have not.
You're overthinking things. You don't need to ask me that. In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
Sounds interesting.
Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind. It's not just about bending spoons. It covers all sorts of things like telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan.
Plum. What you have to understand, there is no spoon.
Like I said, all those cool things are in Cult of the Kinetic Mind, apart from Kojak, obviously.
Obviously.
If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck, just in case they can. But seriously, do a whole load of shrinking and make them better. Whether you believe in psychokinesis or not, you'll need to figure out your approach with those that do. How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away?
Take them behind the shed? I don't know.
No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them. It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder.
Are you hinting at someone?
I was at home on my lonesome, Doctor, like I said before.
So, be passive, encourage their powers, remove their powers. Well, why there is not a... Well, let's go with encourage their powers.
To deepen their affliction? I wouldn't.
Okay.
Grief is such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief, grief, grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're going to ask me how I feel today?
Whipped. How do you feel? How does it make you feel?
I don't know anything about that. Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Mariana, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Depends. Yes, show me the footage.
That was a joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
I thought you were referring that they made a discussion video. Okay, whatever.
Oops, that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it? Whipped. Am I all
Whipped.
whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet, what with Ben's nervous shock already. Dr. Dekker did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want
Ooh,
to
another
see
connection.
her. I remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old hag. You tend not to ask any more questions after that.
So basically, Dr. Dekker had a connection to pretty much every one of his patients, one way or another.
I didn't really speak to Nathan that much at all, but I have this strange feeling that I know him really well. I can't quite put my finger on it.
So I'll probably use more of the hint system and type less because I'm starting to feel like I'm missing all the beats with the typing. Hello, Bryce.
Hello, Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person.
Yeah.
I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like.
You don't know what it's
extra hour,
like.
Doctor?
You don't know what it's like to take some pictures of somebody. Well, that's not how it goes. No.
Thank God for that.
At least I don't know.
There's someone else in my hour. A hooded figure. Watching me and following me. I followed it too. I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you. That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
Spike.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Interesting ideas with our beloved Dr. Dekker.
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
Sure.
Would you tell Jessica I love her? She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Please destroy it. Please, don't look at it.
Oh, crikey.
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected.
Oh no. Okay.
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like it's testing me.
It would seem like it, yes. It definitely points out towards testing, yes. Tell me about the bar brawl.
I split the brawl up.
Interesting. And open till?
I did nothing. I'm not stealing anymore.
Okay, I believe you. And the bedroom window, you naughty boy.
I looked in.
Of course you did.
Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor. There was an old woman in bed. I went inside. Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette. I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
Now I'm starting to believe you took some pictures. But maybe you didn't, who knows.
I spied on Dr. Dekker, not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
Iris?
No. You have an interesting aura, Doctor. I've nothing interesting to say about that.
Okay, maybe I'll have to ask what you saw in the basement. What did you see?
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
Oh, bloody hell. So you freed
No, sorry.
Oh, there was another mark, but let's see if we can actually ask.
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
Oh.
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Okay.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Right.
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
Right. Okay. And how's your job?
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today.
Oh, no.
It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot. I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me. When I looked back, Can you guess what I saw?
A nail?
When I looked back at my hand, it was healed. Look, see?
I didn't see anything, so now I have to take your word for it.
My hand had healed. The nail had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
It's a kind of magic.
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor? That magic is real?
Let's go, yes, magic is real, and see how it goes.
Then so it is. Close your eyes.
I don't want to.
Imagine you're in a graveyard, looking at the gravestones. One catches your eye, so you take a picture of it, a picture that you now have.
Nice trick. Doctor Dekker, 1875. Well, that's old.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females.
I'm not sure about it.
But I'm still in awe of her, really. I will think about it, though.
Maybe I should call to Jessica and get her to take a restriction order. Just in case, you know, or move or something. Okay, I think we're done for you. Yes, somebody else now. Ellen. Ah.
I'm okay, I suppose. Work's fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry's Terry. I feel a bit sad, to be honest. I gave all my keepsakes back.
Oh, I noticed you don't have the necklace anymore.
It's true then. I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike. Terry seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self. Maybe she's got a bug or something.
Eerie. Truly eerie. Okay, what else we could ask?
Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes. You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once, he pushed the spike through his skin. At this bit, here, between his thumb and his finger. He said he didn't think I'd mind the sight of blood being a nurse and all that, but actually, there wasn't any.
Right.
I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick. A magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real. Dr. Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually. I don't know how he did it. He said he just thought that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't.
Maybe he was thinking in his last thoughts, oh, this paper spike going through my heart won't hurt me. So how's Hilda?
Hilda's nearing the end. She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much.
Oh, no.
She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, She did give me a vicious scratch yesterday. It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know. I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me. It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left.
Okay.
Well, I've thought about it, and well, I know you said it was okay that I should keep them, but maybe it did look a bit suspicious, me having things that have belonged to patients who've died in my care. I don't want people to get the wrong idea about me. The locket, the watch, the ring, even the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me. I wasn't supposed to mention her. Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago. You know the answer to that, Doctor.
I know.
What have we been talking about? What can I do for Hilda that will make it all better?
You portray as her daughter. Yeah.
That's the plan. I know, it sounds unbelievable, like I'm making it up. I wish I could prove it to you somehow. We could try shifting now. Think of someone you really love. It might help if you close your eyes. Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't think it's gonna work. On the bright side, that probably means you're not gonna die anytime soon.
Thanks, I guess.
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum, or I love you, Dad. But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality.
I can see the reason in that, yes.
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong?
Well, that's a difficult question because if the children or relatives are not visiting and they're passing away, so I kind of see giving them the comfort for the last moment. So I guess no in that case, unless she's doing it for malicious intents, but we don't know it yet.
Good, because I really feel this is something I have to do. I know it's silly, but those things meant a lot to me. They were reminders that I'd helped those people. As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria.
Well, hopefully we don't die yet.
It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it. Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him. I knew she was dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are.
Well, that's one way to get the appointment, yes.
I told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him. He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant.
Okay.
It was about the second, third session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that. That's how I discovered shifting.
Well, that was a odd coincidence.
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet. Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for.
And how did it go?
I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind.
I bet it did, yeah. How is your mum psychic?
My mum's got these spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem.
No new messages, not even from your mother.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime.
Okay. Let's go with Mariana. Oh, bloody hell. Ah.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day. Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
Well, yeah. It can be a bother, yes.
Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
Ah, good one. That really struck true, yeah.
I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
Yes, I'm not worried at all.
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
But you don't drink.
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget. Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention.
Well, she kinda has a point, yes. Why slink?
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me. Wherever I go. It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that.
Well, that went quite dark.
They follow me wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
Well, you said anywhere. What happens after people follow you?
It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
Other places? What do you mean they disappear?
They don't just disappear into thin air. I think they return to the place I found them.
What?
But I've not run into the same person twice.
Huh. Before you mentioned something beautiful.
You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light. Deep in the ocean somewhere. I head towards it because it's warm and glowing, like a beacon. And when I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing. Like a welcoming sun.
Are you some kind of a succubus?
Like I'm
Succubus.
And then I wake up.
She almost sounds like a succubus. Why a beacon? A beacon.
It's so beautiful. It calls me. It's like I'm in a trance. What does the dream mean, Doctor?
You're going home. That's what it means. You're going home. Symbolic or searching for something? Maybe symbolic?
Yes, I suppose I follow that glow like people follow me. I still don't know what it means, though.
True. Have you had any more blackouts?
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session.
That's weird.
But I think I will today. Do you want to come with me to the beach?
Why do you want to go to the beach? Yeah, maybe someone should come with you to the beach. But not me.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious.
Wait, what?
If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine. It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl. Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor?
I'm starting to feel you're manipulative.
Yes. They follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance.
You're a succubus.
Yes, Doctor, sometimes they follow me to the beach, and the next thing I remember, I'm blacked out. And naked. Shivering in the sand. Who knows what happened to them?
Okay, let's ask, do they follow you to bed?
There was one guy. A real gym body. I let him into the bedroom, but nothing. Nothing I did would stop him just staring at me. It was creepy. I got him to follow me outside, and then I just shut the door.
Honestly, I'm seeing in my mind's eye zombie walking inside. They're walking outside, and when he's turning around, the lady slams the door shut. So hilarious. Yes, you're sweet, but poisonous.
I think you're falling for me, Doctor.
No.
Don't let that get in the way of helping me.
I'm just polite. Talk to me about Dr. Dekker.
Are we still talking about him? And I thought you were just interested in me, Doctor. Dr. Dekker suggested home visits. I think he was probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor?
Investment.
Aren't we all your investments, Doctor? All the time, all the energy you've invested in us? Seeing how we're doing, making sure we're growing correctly?
What an odd choice of words. No, I'm not thinking of doing home visits.
That's good. I'm not sure I can afford any more of your time.
Okay. And Nathan. All right, you. Hello.
The burned Hannah's rocking chair. The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin, but I gave in.
Well, at least you're moving forward, yes.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
Agreed. Salvation Army. I sold weapons to any army except Salvation Army.
I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up. I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me.
Well, yeah, he's right in both accounts. If we don't believe the extra days, well, looping days, you still have problems.
I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power.
Hello, you.
Ah, the curse. Well remembered. I was hoping he'd forget. It's going to sound crazy.
I know.
Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
Well, the advice was sound. You took it pretty much literally, didn't you?
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen.
Oh.
He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
Again? Demonstration?
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
Okay.
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked. I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along, keep coming to the sessions, pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again, but I couldn't talk to him about it, because he'd know.
Well, that's a dilemma, yes.
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died. I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me. That she was going to break off the engagement. That she didn't love me anymore. I regretted it.
Yeah, that would be bloody painful. Reading or...
I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different. I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I'd maybe just still pull out in front of the driver.
Really? Interesting idea there.
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore? And thanks for the dating advice, by the way.
Okay.
I signed up for a dating website. It's a bit easy, to be honest. If I message something they don't like, I change it when the day replays. It's not very honest.
It's not, yeah. But I get... Why wouldn't... Okay.
If I'm being honest, I'd probably rather ask out one of the patients I've seen here. The friendly redhead with the accent.
Yes, maybe not.
He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore, so I got basic therapist.
Basic therapist, then. What's a basic therapist?
He told me lots of people get depression, to become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
Jaya?
No, I don't know about that.
Huh.
Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker.
Yes, we have to ask up if he did kill Dekker.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I wanted to be as far away from him as possible.
Well, now you are.
I don't know who did.
Well, to be honest, now you are quite far away from him, if he is indeed dead. I think we're done with that. I'm starting to use more hint systems because it would take quite a while to find the right word. Oh, hello.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
And what happened to the poor fish?
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
And where's me? Where did I lose my... Oh, there you are. It's so small.
You tell me. What could possibly explain that? I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
But he wasn't there when the girl was there, and, well, you touching him doesn't really prove anything except you are believing in him.
Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery.
Oh, there it is.
Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting.
Yeah, definitely more Pet Cemetery, but also maybe a little bit Herbert West, the reanimator.
If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time.
Yes.
That just doesn't seem right to me. It's more probable that I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance.
I would say it's more probable David is dead and you're just living in denial now. Or acting up to get a temporary psychotic episode note to the court.
How astute, Doctor. Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session.
Well, okay, I'll check once more. But yeah, I'll definitely use more about those hint systems, and I'll type anything that comes up to my mind. But it is quite finicky what you need to type, so it would take a little time, well, quite a lot of time, and watching again and again and again those videos to get some kind of a hint, and then you would have to work out how the game wants you to make the question to work. Again, this is a very interesting game, I have to say that. I'm very ambitious, so I kind of want to see it through, and maybe on my own time I'm using more time to going through different options. But for now, on all intents and purposes, I'll go with the hint system and of course type as much as I can. Anyways, I think we can continue. Yes. We never ask everything, but...
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this.
Do what?
And don't try and escape. You're all tied up.
What?
Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
It is a possible... Yeah, there is always a possibility that none of these people are real and they are my imagination and I am the killer or I am the Doctor Dekker. But we'll see. Anyways, I think that's it. That is enough. Right. Doctor, you don't give up easily. You're understanding them. Am I? Am I really? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.